Yo, what's going on everyone, Zkarma here, and welcome back to another Borderlands 3 build video. Today I bring you a pretty crazy Amara build. This one is called the Lucky Terror build. This build will revolve around using a DLC number 1 pistol called the Lucky 7. What we're going to do is use it in combination with the new Terror anointments that have been reintroduced during the Bloody Harvest event. As you can see by the gameplay, this build is an absolute monster. We are constantly hitting damage cap with Amara, and we can take on any content in the game. For any PC players that are interested, I'll be leaving a save file in the pinned comment below. What I would do for this video is first I will show off the skill trees, then I will go over the weapon and equipment I will be using, then finally I will go a little bit more in depth on the skills that I'm using with some gameplay in the background. So before I get into this build video, if you found it informative or helpful in any way, a like rating is always appreciated, and if you want to subscribe for more content like this, that'll be awesome as well. Starting off, here are the skill trees. Here's the red one, the green one, and the blue one. I will leave each for a couple of seconds so you can jot them down. So anyways, for the action skill that I'm going to be using, I'll be using Ties That Bind. As you all know, this is always the best option for Amara, as it's going to double dip into several factors and also has Mayhem scaling. The augment of my choice is always Stillness of Mind. Now for the weapon and equipment, the only weapon you need is a Lucky 7. That is it, just go farm a Lucky 7. You can find this in DLC number 1 from Scrap Trap Prime. And the anointment that you want to get is really up to you. Just make sure that it's something useful. In my case, I'm using this Terror anointment. While terrified, gain increased crit damage. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. And this is going to give me up to 100% increase to my critical hit damage, which is amazing. The reason why I like running this anointment is due to the fact that I'm running a terror build, but realistically, you'd probably be better off with the 100% on next to mags, but whichever you choose, it does not matter, both are really good anointments. Anyway, the goal with the Lucky 7 is to never reload, because if you are familiar with the Lucky 7, you should know that reloading will reset the perks. So as you can see, every time I reload, you can see perks to my right. You saw that right there, I only had the second one equipped, the rest were trash cans, and the second one is fast fire rate. But the goal here is to get the first one and the last one. The first one is going to be guaranteed critical hits, and the final one is actually going to be the Lucky 7. And this one will shoot 7 bullets at a time, which means you'll be doing 7 times the damage, plus guaranteed critical hits. The one you want to avoid is number 2. Number 2 is fast fire rate, and you want to avoid number 2 because that'll make you shoot extremely fast and you'll accidentally go ahead and reload and you're gonna lose your perks. Every time you reload, you lose them. So you want to avoid number 2. You want to for sure get number 1 and the final one, and then the other 2 that are left. The third one adds an element, and the fourth one adds splash damage. Those are just bonuses. Like, the best possible outcome is you get everything except for number 2. And just so you know, your current roll will not go away even if you fast travel. So as long as you avoid switching weapons, reloading, and save quitting, you should keep the current rolls. Anyway, now for the shield and grenade. These will allow you to use the Lucky 7 and avoid reloading. You can take any shield of your liking as long as it has this anointment. While terrified, gain ammo regeneration. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. So this is just going to allow me to keep regenerating ammo for my Lucky 7, and I will never have to reload. Now you have to apply terror to yourself, so that's when the grenade comes in handy. On action skill end, apply terror to yourself every 3 seconds for the next 18 seconds. And as you can see, we're going to action skill end, our terror is going to start, we're going to shoot, and then as you can see, our ammo is just going to be regenning on its own, just like that. Anyway, for the class mod, I like to use a Phaserker. The skills that it rolls with doesn't really matter, and the passives, just make sure it's something that's going to help you out. In my case, I have crit damage, weapon damage, pistol damage. All of that is going to help the Lucky 7. For the artifact, I like to use the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge. This is a DLC number 2 quest reward, so make sure to get it with magazine size. If you don't have this one, you can just use like an Elemental Projector Victory Rush or a Snowdrift Victory Rush, really whatever you want. You can go ahead and take that as long as you have like an increase to your magazine size. and maybe even area of effect damage bonus, as you never know, you might get the lucky 7 to roll with the splash bonus. Anyway, now on screen you'll be seeing some gameplay, so let's talk about the skills a little more. Starting off with Infusion and Forceful Expression, these two skills will give us some elemental damage. Infusion will convert a portion of the damage dealt into my action skill element, so depending on what enemies you are fighting, make sure to change that accordingly. And Forceful Expression will give us 18% bonus elemental damage, which also matches our action skill element. On top of that, this elemental damage we are dealing with our weapon will allow us to heal with sustainment. This skill will keep us alive with 8% lifesteal from elemental damage on weapons. Then we have Tempest. This is a skill that increases our elemental damage by 30%, and Shock alone will be increased by 40%. We also have Dread. This will increase your gun damage against the enemy that you are holding with Phase Grasp. And the best part about this is that when you kill the target, your weapon will be instantly reloaded, and you will not lose your rolls on the lucky 7. We also have Indiscriminate, which is insane on Amara. It has a 600% increase in damage on Mayhem 10, which makes it the best mobbing skill on Amara. Never forget to take this perk with every single build. Another skill that you should take with every single build is Personal Space. This will provide you with up to 52% V2 bonus damage. This is a must take. Anyway, moving on, we have Arms Deal, which will increase your splash damage. So in case you roll the splash perk on the lucky 7, this will definitely come in handy. And for our ties that bind helpers, that's what I like to call them, we have Do Harm, Awakening, and Avatar. Having all these paired with the Phaser class mod, we get a max rush stack count of 25. Do Harm is going to be buffed by Awakening to give us plus 5.9% action skill damage per stack of rush. Thanks to our Phaser class mod, we can fake Grasp to get up to 99 stacks of Do Harm for an incredible 584% increase to action skill damage, which will apply to ties that bind. And with how broken ties that bind already is, and the lucky 7 is already broken as well, you can't begin to imagine the damage numbers we're gonna see. Anyway, once everything dies with one shot from the lucky 7, Remnant, which carries overkill damage and gets a 600% increase on Mayhem 10, whilst double dipping into elemental damage increases, you will basically hit damage cap every single time. Transcend will increase our crit damage by 27%. Moving on, we have Wrath and Laid Bare. Wrath will provide us with up to 40% gun damage, and Laid Bare will make enemies hurt by your action skill take 25% more damage for a few seconds. And that's basically it. That is the whole build. It will pretty much carry you through any content in the game. Of course, you do need to watch your ammo count and not get trigger happy like I mentioned earlier. You don't want to force a reload because it is very annoying to try and get the proper rolls again. Regardless, this is an extremely fun build. If you want to try something different, something new, this is the thing to try. Really fun, really great, and like I said, it's going to destroy anything in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to drop a like on it, as that would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to subscribe for more content like this, that'll be awesome as well. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.